Good evening. Welcome to After Dinner Pipe and Coffee. I'm John Williams. This is my Rossi Rubino. I'm smoking some Balkan Supreme in there. Delicious. It is, right now, my favorite. Yep. Drinking some. This is a mug, one of the many mugs that my son has made. This is from me. Black, of course. It was a good day today. I hope you all had a good day. I know I did. I went into Jersey. And I escaped with my life. Nah, just kidding. I was born in Jersey. I got family in Jersey. And I know a lot of good people from Jersey. So... I was thinking today. I was watching Bush 41's funeral. Very moving, very touching. What a great thing that people came to honor him, and he was so highly respected and very well loved. I liked him. Got me to thinking about, service, public service, serving one another. It's not all about you. We get this attitude that life is all about me. I ain't like that. When you have the attitude of, it's all about me, how do you expect to even get anything in life? People that are like that, they say, well, I'm happy. Yeah? But you're lonely. It's a selfish act. We should never treat anybody less than we are. There's a lot of people in this world that treat others like they're beneath them. But there's also a lot of people in this world, George Herbert Walker Bush, that didn't want anybody to feel that way around him. He always was personable. And we need to be more like that. Our greatest generation, there's very few left. Very few left. I'm 2 generations removed from our greatest generation, right? That generation from the 30s and 40s, we need to learn from them. They were the guardians of freedom. A lot of young men and boys were very selfless in their actions. They volunteered to stand up for the cause of freedom around the world. What I sit here and do today, I have people like President Bush to thank, Senator Bob Dole, President Jimmy Carter, and all those men and women who fought hard to preserve our freedoms from that generation. We are afforded the luxuries and the freedoms we have today because of what these men did. And women. They sacrificed their lives, the ultimate price. Paid the ultimate price. Some of them sacrificed limbs. And we have people today who run around and take these freedoms for granted, and they trample on it. And they don't give of themselves physically, emotionally. They just throw money at it. If you think giving $10 to the United Way or the American Red Cross or something like that is what is called selfless act of giving, man, I feel sorry for you. Go be with those people in the California wildfires. I have a friend who went out there, served with the Red Cross, left work, does not get paid to do it, and served for 2 weeks out there. Cried with folks, laughed with folks, listened to them, but the job that they were tasked with were to feed and shelter. I think, my personal opinion is, it should be mandatory in high school that teenagers have to do some type of a public service in serving others in a community, or community type service. I think that we would learn to appreciate our fellow man. No one is beneath me. As a matter of fact, I ain't worthy to be above anybody. We need to, you want to make it in this world? You want to be successful? I don't know how you measure success. Success isn't measured by the amount of money you have, the kind of house you live in, the kind of car you drive. We should all take a lesson from people like President Bush and learn and feel convicted and inspired to be more like that. The one guy was talking in there about, he made a saying to preach Christ, always preach Christ, and sometimes with your words. In other words, live out the action. I have always said people don't care how much you know until they know how much you really care. You can try to impress people with stories of wonder and, brag and BS stories, and try to impress people with big words. But if they don't feel you care about them, they're not going to listen to you. They're not going to respond to you. So we need to be a little bit more, to quote President Bush 41, more kindler, more gentler to one another. And it doesn't matter what country you live in. It's what we need to do. We live in a cruel world, and it's a hard world, and it ain't easy. And we seem to have forgotten what that generation has done for us. So, my advice, don't be selfish. Be selfless. And I'm preaching to me too, because I don't think I'm selfless enough. I think I'm more selfish than anything. Just ask my wife. Do something nice for somebody. Get involved. I think one of the things we need to do is get out of the house and get involved. Don't just pick up the phone and give your credit card number and get involved. Serve in your community. Serve your neighbor. Serve someone in the neighborhood. You see a widow? Offer to take her down to the store. You see a widower? Help him mow the lawn. Here's something that I didn't see when didn't happen to us. When you see a new family moving in the neighborhood, go introduce yourself. You see them unloading the truck, help them out. Help them out. You want to see a community come together? Do stuff like that. You'll see a community come together. When I grew up, where I grew up, every year we had a community picnic. And the whole community was invited out. And it was so much fun. We were a tight-knit community. Probably some 300 families. I don't know, maybe I'm underestimating it, but we were a tight-knit community. We had a civic association. People served in it. We did things for our local community, that community right in that vicinity. We got involved. And I think we've lost that with the advent of the computer and lawsuits. People are afraid to do anything anymore. And that's a shame. Become a community leader. And if you don't have a community organization, start one. Become a community leader. Organize something in the community. Do something for the good of your fellow man. Like the Danny Shore raffle. Or the Tucson Piper. Let's do something for our fellow man. Let's just not sit back and say, oh, that's a shame. Let's do something. let's get involved. Because we need each other. Saying goes, it takes a village. Let me tell you, in my neighborhood, the village raised the children. They work together as a community, and we don't see that anymore, and that's sad. So, well, I hope you all had a good time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you for all the comments today. Thank you for the people who are stepping up to the challenge. If you don't feel pressured, it was just something that it was on my heart, and even if it's just a note to send to someone, I'm not talking about tobacco, sending them a backy bottle. I'm talking about sending them a note, send them a Christmas card. Let people know we care, and it doesn't have to be to anybody here in this community. It can be anybody that you know. Just do something nice and generous, and do something charitable for this holiday season. You'll see it go a long way. You will. So, well, thanks again, anyhow. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the fact that you like to tune into this channel. And if you do like to tune in this channel and you like the videos, please click the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you know people that might enjoy this channel, please send them to this channel, The Bearded Welshman. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a good evening, everybody. Be blessed and light them up.